Today is the day. Hey everybody, this is a little bit of a stupid video and kind of a sidestep from what we normally would cover on the channel, but today is the opening of the first Jack in the Box fast food restaurant in Florida for like the last 30 plus years.
Some good news for Orlando foodies out there. Jack in the Box is coming to the Sunshine State.
And I know a lot of vlogs make a big deal out of a lot of little things just to make it a bigger thing, but I'm going to tell you a little bit of a ridiculous story. But I grew up in Flushing, Queens, New York City. We had a Jack in the Box that was 5 blocks away from us. And in the 70s and 80s, like, I'm going to be honest, like, my family didn't have a tremendous amount of money, but and we didn't do a lot of fast food, right? Most of the food we ate was home-based. But Jack's was 5 blocks from the house, and they had like Taco Tuesdays. You can only get like 2 tacos for like $1, or 70 cents, or whatever it was back in the day. I think it was like 2 tacos now is like $2, but it was ridiculously cheap. And I absolutely loved Jack in the Box. So Jack in the Box, like, I know they offer a whole variety of menu, like the Jumbo Jacks, and, you know, you got hamburgers and egg rolls and all this other stuff. But Jack's tacos are like it for me. And by all means, Jack's tacos, like when I go on and I gush about these things, it's much like when people would gush about White Castle and things, and people from like overseas are going to watch the video and think like, this must be really fantastic food. It's really not. It's just, I don't want to describe it as like late night food or like, it's just amazing for what it is. It is a greasy, meaty tortilla shell, deep fried with lettuce and some Jack's hot sauce or taco sauce mixed in the top with a slice of like American cheese on the side. But it is basically a packet of golden goodness from where I'm sitting. And it's funny, when I was growing up, in the 80s, there was always rumors about like what's in Jack's tacos. Because when you look at that meaty substance, you kind of question like, what exactly is this? And there was no internet, obviously, in the time. But there was a lot of rumors, and the rumors were that maybe this is like kind of like cat food or dog food or things like that. And I think a lot of those rumors stem from the fact that in the 80s, Jack in the Box was owned by Purina at the time. So a lot of folks put the two things together and say like, oh, well, Purina is putting cat food in there. And I got to tell you, even if it was cat food, it was the most delicious fried golden cat food that you could get anywhere. And in addition to the tacos, back in the day at least, Jack in the Box offered what was called frings. And the frings, basically, French fries and onion rings, one paper kind of packet separated with a little, another piece of paper in the middle. So you had onion rings on one side and French fries on the other side. So you can get yourself some tacos, some frings, and a soft drink for probably like $3, $4 max, and you were set to go. And so when I got to more of a drinking age, there was a bar about 12 blocks away from me called Bridie's in Flushing, Queens, and you could have your beverages at Bridie's and literally walk back to the house because it was the right thing to do. There wasn't a lot of places that were open between Bridie's and home to be able to get your snack on after you're getting your drink on. But Jack in the Box was always open, but it was only open through the drive-through. So you learn, like, they had the little, at least at that point, sensors for you to be able to go through, and they recognize that your car was there with like this rubber rope that almost looked like a garden hose type of thing. So, you picture yourself at 11, 12 o'clock at night and walking back from Bridie's and basically going through the drive-through at Jack in the Box or Jack's, and just jumping up and down on that hose to get somebody to serve you so that you can walk up to the window and get your food and make it the next 5 blocks home so you can get your grub on. And so towards the mid-90s, I moved over to Staten Island, New York. No Jack in the Box there. The only Jack in the Box that I knew that even existed was over in Flushing, New York, where I was living at the time. But when I moved to Staten Island, it was a hassle and a half if you know the city to be able to get from Staten Island and get back to Flushing to be able to go do anything. But if I did, it was a stop at Jack in the Box. But I was delighted to see in 1995, while watching the art house classic Basketball Diaries, which is a fantastic movie, by the way, about Jim Carroll and his heroin addiction and also punk rock lifestyle. There's a scene in that movie where they literally, it's supposed to be in Manhattan still, I believe, but the team, he's playing on a basketball team in high school. They rip off the opposing teams, like watches and wallets and things like that. But they go to Jack in the Box, and Bruno Kirby comes in, he's the coach, and basically admonishing them for stealing the other team's stuff.
We're even now. There's no problem here.
You want to talk about like eyes pop out of your head when you were in love with like a restaurant, like we were in love with Jack in the Box, and seeing Jack in the Box right up there in the big screen. It was cinema. And then since that time, since living in Florida, there's no Jack in the Box. There hasn't been Jack in the Box in Florida, I think, since like the Jack in the Box had a presence here, even in Orlando, 60s, 70s, 80s. And then nothing since that time. So for me, anytime that I'd be able to get Jack in the Box, it was like basically every road trip. If you're going through North Carolina, South Carolina, St. Louis, California, Texas, Jack in the Box primarily in the Western region. So, went to Houston, bought Jack in the Box. And while I was buying, a homeless person came in and bought that person food also. Much to the chagrin of the people working at Jack in the Box to get somebody some food in their belly. But California, going out there to Midsummer Scream with Paul from IOM Geek and or Destination Geek, and literally having dinner at one point during the day or night, down towards like Hollywood Boulevard, and then before getting back to the hotel, needing to stop to at least get that Jack in the Box fill. But it's been a constant thing. I've brought Mary and Jess into this madness as well, where wherever we are, we got to stop. We got to get Jack in the Box. You got to get those tacos. And then over the last, I want to say like 10 years, I've literally been hounding Jack in the Box on their socials and saying, like, when are you going to open up? 2017, 2018, 2019, et cetera, like professing the goodness that is Jack in the Box. And I don't want to say like Jack in the Box opened in Florida because of me, but I would say it probably didn't hurt to keep hammering them and saying, we need this here. Especially White Castle opened up in the Orlando area going back a few years ago. And when White Castle opened up, I was like, come on, dude, like what else do we have to do to get a Jack in the Box here? And finally, in 2022, rumors started to swell that Jack in the Box was potentially going to open up a location towards like the Universal Studios area. And then fast forward to 2023, and they announced that they were opening like 10 locations across the state, including Tallahassee, Tampa, Universal area over towards John Young, and et cetera. And then over towards Longwood, Florida, which is not far from where I live. And it was just pure magic to hear that they were going to open up locations here. And then you didn't have to worry about, like, hey, the next time that we go to Land of Oz in North Carolina, like 8-10 hours away, that we're going to stop off and pick up food that is going to be just at your disposal. The first location that was supposed to open, I want to say, was over towards like the Aloma area, and I had driven past there a couple of times and just kept trying to see like what's the status of things, and it's just an empty field. And then fast forward to, I want to say like a month or so ago, they announced that they resold that land to the people, or sold it out to elsewhere, but decided not to open up over there. But we have Longwood, Florida, opening today, February 19th, 2026. There's a location over towards John Young that's going to be opening, I think, next month at this point. But today is the day, finally. Jack in the Box, Orlando area, Florida, Let's do it. There it is. We've made it to the dance. This is a line for the drive-thru, and it goes all the way down there. They've got security out here. But here it is. Ah! And it's the line to get in. And here we go. We walked up the line. Had a bunch of people saying hello. But they've got like a temporary sign out here. Staff came around handing these out, and then they said from here, after you get inside, it's going to be at least another hour for them to cook the food, because they're getting gigantic orders from people at this point. They're coming by handing out a 10 of toppers. I would love one.
I'm gonna go grab some more, guys, I promise.
So this woman waiting in the car behind Mary has told us that she's been in the drive-thru now for 2 hours and 40 minutes. She hasn't even ordered food yet. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Then you got to get to the squawk box, which is probably like another good 40 feet behind us. And then wait for an hour for her food to be made or so. Because they're saying it's about an hour for food to be made to an hour and a half at this point. We asked about food being run out. Like, do you still have tacos? And they're like, oh yeah, we still have food left for now. But they're expecting a truck overnight because they think that they're going to run out today. So getting ready for the sun to go down. This could be a multi-hour expedition here. You can see the sign. More importantly, like I talked about earlier, tacos, 2 for $1.79. And I can assure you, the meat kind of doesn't look like that, but it's a close enough representation. And then you got the Jumbo Jack over here, $5. And they have combo meals too. They can get it like hamburger with tacos and everything too. So we're literally next to go in, but we ran into Laura and Lucas, and they came outside and literally the gift of tacos while we're waiting. So we need to wait like about an hour when you get in there, but now we have some food to hold us over. Thank you. Oh my God. And we've made our way in. Cravings can't tell time. We're doing it. Where are you going? Tacos are the other way. Dude, thank you so much, Laura and Lucas, and husband, that remains unnamed, for thinking of us. We are gonna totally scarf these down while we are waiting for our main course. Here we go, the first Orlando area Jack's Taco going in my belly. Oh man, that is good. For those playing along at home, this is what I was talking about. So while we're waiting in here, this is what the inside looks like. There is a lot of seating. Nice mural, countertop. Right now, this is just serving as an exit. You can only enter in one door, and they've got security monitoring so no one's jumping the line. All right, so it's been an hour and 10 minutes since we've ordered. People at the other table are just listening to their phone volume on max and thinking the rest of the restaurant wants to hear it too. So at least there's entertainment while we're waiting. All right, I got a munchie meal. So it's like an ultimate cheeseburger, 2 tacos as a side, and the split fries. Like it's curly fries and regular fries. And wow, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I am the captain now. Also, I got it bad, got it bad, got it bad. I'm hot for tacos. We also got egg rolls and churros. Yes. It's gonna be a long night. It's a good thing we have 2 bathrooms. We're going egg rolls. Oh man. It's good. Not as good as the tacos, but it's good. Mary got chicken. It's good. It's good. And Jess got a Super Smash Burger. And it's got like In-N-Out sauce on it. And the ultimate cheeseburger is good. It's kind of like a Checkers burger. Last but not least, churro time. The churros are great. They have like cinnamon inside them. So good. And now for the long-awaited review.
Churros, 10 out of 10. Burger, 7. I forgot the egg rolls, a 6.
You don't have to get so technical. Good or bad?
Chicken is 7. Egg roll 6.
Fries.
Fries 9 out of 10.
Curly fries are the way to go. They do not have onion rings here, so that was a disappointment. No frings, no onion rings, not all. But between the two fries that they offer, the curly fries are the better ones. Tacos, 11 out of 10. Hamburger that I had, it was like 7, 8 out of 10. Egg rolls, probably like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Churros, also 10 out of 10. Well, back home from Jack in the Box, it was worth the wait, honestly. It felt like an event. It felt like something like this communal thing for everybody that was lined up to be able to get in. And I'm not big on being hashtag first for anything usually, so this felt like the right thing for me to be part of, and I enjoyed it. I'm glad that Mary and Jess were there with me, to everybody kind of enjoying it all together. Thanks to Jack in the Box for the antenna topper. The funny thing is, like, we were talking about this while we were waiting, there's probably a host of people that don't even know what antenna toppers are, because most cars these days, they don't even have antennas. They have like the little shark fin or like the little stubby guy, and that doesn't work with these, but it's a nice little desktop thing. For the longest time, Jack in the Box has given these things out. There's a special one that's out now as well for like their meal of like the month or whatever that they have going on, with like messy hair, kind of like a long hair type of guy, which they didn't have in Longwood, and the no onion rings either, was kind of a bummer. But it was great seeing a lot of people that watched the channel in line. So when we got there, we were saying hello to a bunch of different people. I stood around talking to Matt Morgan, TNA, former TNA, let's just say TNA legend, Matt Morgan, the blueprint Matt Morgan, who's been in Seminole County and Longwood politics for a long time, but we were reminiscing about the golden years of TNA. Not me being in it, but me being a person that would stay out there for probably equally amount of time as I waited for Jack in the Box to be able to get into the Impact Zone at Universal Studios. And he looked like he wanted to get in there pretty bad, but he also didn't want to wait on the line there. But it was well worth it. Thank you so much again for everybody saying hello, and especially Laura and Lucas and unnamed husband for the extra tacos to hold us over until our food came. So really, really cool time. Thanks a lot for coming along. Thank you very much for all of your likes, comments, and subscriptions. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Have a great night. See you guys.